She'll know what that means.
We're finally live. First time in a month, I think. Pretty much. 4 weeks.
That's a month.
It's been a while. Yes.
I don't even know where to begin. Well, tonight's a big night.
I'm so scared.
It's time to ascend to Castle Ravenloft. But before we get there, let's have a recap from someone from last session if you took notes or remember what happened.
I have inspiration, so I will not.
I wonder if everyone has inspiration, because I still have inspiration.
I still have inspiration as well.
I haven't.
Well, if
I haven't
that's
done a
the case.
recap in a while. Let's see what I remember.
Yes, Rambo.
We finished up at the old bone grinder.
Finished up the old bone grinder.
and found some potions.
We found some potions, some of which were horrifying and some of which were fine. We burned that motherfucker to the ground.
We sure did.
And then we went to Barovia, the town, to get Periwimple.
Aww.
And
I forgot about that guy.
Who had the hero speech to get him like
it was
going?
Rambo.
It was you?
Yeah, Rambo went and talked him up and tried to find an angle in through that.
Yeah, you were his corner man.
That forest of a brain that he has, and got him hyped, and
That's him right here.
yeah, the big man.
I like him.
Yeah, I do
He's friendly.
too. He's pumped to come with us. So, yeah, we did that. And that was pretty much it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We kind of got ready. We
set
Yeah.
fire
Prepared.
to Bone Grinder.
You sent a
We got
raven
P-dubs.
sent a raven.
to the wizard's tower to go get Irina. Not Irina.
Ismark.
Ismark, Esmeralda, and Rotavio.
Oh, Strahd saw that we had the Sword of Sunlight and the Necklace of Ravenkind.
We did see that. Which, I mean,
With a secret.
to think we would have any secrets from Strahd is
Yeah.
Presumptuous at best?
yeah.
Not
Not
you
really.
also grabbed Rahadin from his home in the Vistani town.
And I lost a lot of money in the Vistani camp.
You did lose a lot of money. You
Oh yeah,
gambled.
you guys went back to the Vistani camp.
We went to the
Surf-
Vistani camp.
Surf-
We had a
Surf
great
Falls.
we had a good night, or I had a good night.
Some people did.
Yeah.
What even happened that night?
We talked to Madame Ava, right?
Mhm.
And
yeah.
she said, "I have nothing more for you because I already gave you all the information that is in the book and in the cards." And
Yes.
and then we spent the night drinking and playing music and losing lots of money.
Yeah, you did lose lots.
And I had
A lot. I think it was
Awful
a lot.
Oh,
You had
yeah.
bad dreams.
Your
About what?
Morgantha is like stalking this guy.
Oh,
on the
they
ethereal
managed
plane.
to.
They were in the other
That's
realm,
right.
following us around.
They were in the ethereal plane.
Oh, we killed that
and no one
vampire.
believed me.
We did.
Oh,
we did
yeah.
go take care of the. There's a lot we did, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's what we did. Yeah, we went and took care of the vampire spawn that you're supposed to do very early in the game.
In the
You laughed so hard at us. You just left it down there.
That sounds like it's one of the first things you do.
I wanted to go deal with it. No one else wanted
No, we all were like, let's go.
I
so
wasn't here for that
funny.
one.
Yeah, sure.
That was actually a good
Sure.
reaction. You guys just didn't do anything about it. Just like, yeah.
No, we were like hard pass.
Hard pass. No, you'll figure it out with your kid. He's your son. You'll
We'll
figure
come
it out.
back at the end.
Yeah, just have a couple of weeks of pure psychological torture. At best.
Yep.
Okay, so
And
we did
left
that
it
too.
At dawn, we plan.
And then we, yeah. Here we are.
Hilarious.
So, yeah, we'll say it's around 10 a.m. or so at the Burgomaster's mansion. Now, Ismark's home is his mansion, where the party, as well as all of these NPCs over here.
I was like, this is weird. Yeah.
arrive at various intervals throughout the day. You have Periwimple with you, but the rest of them arrive throughout the day. Now would be a good time to talk about a plan.
So,
Decide that we don't want to do this at all and go home.
I mean, if you could, you would have.
right.
Yeah.
Probably would have done that a while ago.
Cry a lot having that one.
So do we... I think I asked this and I don't remember the answer. Do we have anybody who has information as to, like, the layout of Castle?
Pearl and I saw the layout of the castle. I mean, didn't we all when we were
You
in...
all did.
Yeah, maybe we all did when we were in the Amber Temple. They had a little
You
miniature of
hadn't
it.
arrived
Oh,
yet.
They had a miniature of it, and we checked that out. From
But
how
I
much our
wouldn't
memory
say-
remember, like,
Who has photographic memory?
Right. Oh, I mean, we all do.
Who has the highest intelligence of the 3 people who were there?
Not for all.
14
probably
plus
not
2
either.
Go ahead. Roll an intelligence check.
with my special eyes.
Yeah.
Ew. I know.
Yeah.
And you're not beefy anymore, right?
No.
A 1?
4.
Okay.
So 6.
It's fine.
Not so smart.
So, I mean, you can look out the window and see essentially this. Move. There we go. Do you want to pull up the new?
It's so pretty. You know, just got some moody feelings about
A
it.
little foreboding, if you will.
The music helps though.
It's cheery.
It does it.
It is quite pretty.
It needs
So you see that there's a bridge. There's a 1,000-foot drop
Nice.
between where the castle is and where the bridge connects to the rest of the land. It's surrounded by, from here it looks like about 100 feet of walls. The walls are 100 feet tall around it. There's 2 towers. One's taller than the other. That's kind of what you remember from the from the castle. Unless you want to retcon it and say you took some time there to like draw out a few things. I feel like that makes sense, but I don't know if that's what your characters
think we
would have
did that.
done.
I don't think my character.
I specifically remember doing that.
That's interesting you say that.
Exactly.
Considering it's where like the biggest threat is, you probably would want to know.
I
that
remember
information.
when we did go see it truly though, we were like, should we like do anything with this? Do we need to do them?
And you just pass.
And
Yeah.
then I think we just kept going because I think more dangerous things were coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Pearl definitely wouldn't have.
All right. Well, later in the day, we'll say that Rudolph Van Richten, Esmeralda Davenir, and Ismark Kolyanovich arrive together.
Good on
With
you
some-
having all of those last names in order.
Thanks. You sit down and you give them food and drink and everything and talk about the fact that you guys are going to try to make a plan, and you ask them if they know anything about the layout. Irina says that she was able to sneak onto the grounds.
Wait, Esmeralda?
Uh-huh. What did I say?
Irina.
I keep saying that. All right. Esmeralda says that she was able to sneak onto the grounds, and from what she saw, you get a sense of what the layout is right here in front of you on the map, in front of you. She was not able to go into the castle. She didn't feel like she would be able to or feel successful in doing so. The walls are exactly 90 feet tall. The roof of the castle, as well as the walls, have like vampire spawn that crawl around it like spiders, just at all times, practically.
cool.
Great.
The back corner is a stable where the black carriage sits. Right here is an overlook that's facing off the cliff on the opposite end. There's a 30-foot drawbridge on the far end of the map that you can see. And so it's a fortification and was constructed well with very, very thoughtful choices.
Not like those builders nowadays. So where are we right now in comparison to the castle? Like, are we right outside of it trying to decide what we want to do?
You're in Barovia. You're at the
Right, okay.
you're at the mansion.
Right. We're at the Burgomaster's.
We're at Ismark's place.
Yeah.
Which is it? Yeah.
Burgomaster.
He's the burgomaster.
There you go.
Just
Okay.
a hamburger.
You're in this town right here.
Yeah. A lovely Barovia.
So nice.
Now, guys, it might be too late for me to tell you this, but I realize I could have just prepared the banishment spell like 4 days in a row, because it sends you back to the plane of wherever you're from. So we could have just done that and gotten that out of here. Just saying.
Should we still do that?
No,
Are we
I'm just
happy?
kidding. No. We're here to spread some light in this darkness.
I think even if you tried, it would fail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure that one of the first chapter of the book talks
It's like,
about
it's
how
like
you can't
banishment can't do that.
you can't go into the astral plane from here. You can't change planes essentially apart from the ethereal plane.
Interesting.
Has Casimir been into the castle before? Or any of them, actually?
Yeah,
Have any of them?
Casimir has been in at some point in the history of the land. He tells you that there are about 4 floors. There's a lot of it that he was not able to see.
Sure.
But he knows from a long period of just being alive in this land that there are 2 levels of catacombs, and the catacombs are sprawling.
Oh, I hate
The castle's full of traps and monsters, consorts, servants, animated features. That kind of
Do you
thing.
have any idea where Strahd's room is, or where he mostly spends his time?
Casimir says, "No, I can't say I know where he spends his time. The only time I had been there was on an invitation where we were ushered through a few places. I snuck off to the catacombs looking for my sister, but was found out immediately and escorted out.
At least you were escorted out.
Yeah, I was lucky that day."
Well, it seems like should we answer the invitation that Strahd sent might be an easy way for us to get in.
You bring up an interesting question, says Rudolph Edrington.
He's my favorite.
I was gonna have Esmeralda talk, but I knew you liked Rictavio, so I was gonna.
I love him the most. I love him.
What? The invitation was for the Charisma Company, not for the rest of us. Do you think that'll be a problem? And maybe we don't even want to go that route. Esmeralda says that she might have a way of getting in without going through the front door. Maybe half of us go in a different way.
Ooh. A little divide and conquer.
I've heard splitting the party is a very good idea.
He knows.
Yeah,
Compelling.
for sure. Compelling.
But if all
Did
the
you guys-
NPCs came in the other side and we came in one side, that could be a good plan.
It could be a good plan. I realized we didn't do any initiation thing for me. Is there some do we have to sign a membership form or
Yeah.
fill out a card?
There's a bit of hazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
A
Then
hefty
We haven't gone
fee.
through it.
is I don't
There's
know.
dues to be paid.
Well, I'm just saying because you're
How
not.
much did I lose
If
last
you're
week?
if you guys aren't part of the group yet, all we do is get you the card. You sign the membership card, you say the pledge or whatever, and then you're part of the group. That
Kiss
can
the
come in
badger.
You have to kiss the badger.
with tongue.
Such a
I
great
wouldn't
grandma.
advise it.
We'll see what happens. It's sensual.
I don't know why she's doing.
Because I'm holding her up like Lion King here. She's like,
It is time.
Okay, Rambo's kissed the badger. I am just saying, if there's an issue with the invitation being for a group, we just say you're part of the group. I don't see how that could be an issue. But we could. The going in a different way is totally cool too.
Well,
It's
what if we all go to the front door and we some of us are turned away? Then we're no worse off than we
Yeah,
would be.
Yeah.
I think if we all kiss the badger, we are all Charisma Company.
You can see visible shade in the hair. Almost all of them.
Rabbits, pass her around.
Is Bibbs
She's-
happy about it?
she's
or-
touches a lug.
Esmeralda's just so disappointed.
not kissing that thing, says Periwinkle.
Hey, dude. She's
It's all right,
surprisingly.
Periwinkle, you don't have to.
Hey, she's.
skilled.
I've kissed worse. That's
Could
what
we
I'm saying.
move on?
I don't think so. We need to spend the entire session on this.
Says Mark.
I don't think so. Oh, poor Bibbs.
Oh, she just got a kiss.
Cool. So
Happy
I think that's a good plan. I think we should all try to stay together because we don't know what's right. Some of you have seen some things, but you wouldn't be
I
able to
agree.
describe
I wonder who
what's waiting for us.
would open the door. I mean, we have the letter with the invitation. So
Well, it
it's
opened.
not like
I mean, the gate opened for us when we went by. So.
Yes, it knows that it has invited us.
Right.
Right.
I think we're all charisma company nowadays.
I mean, we could give it a shot. And if you get turned away, then yeah, go in.
I mean,
as
what
Miranda's
other
way.
options do we really have?
Not really.
Well, I don't think we can be very sneaky. One, I am not sneaky. Naturally, I know that will come as a surprise.
I mean, I'm sneaky, but
Yeah, but you also look the way you do. Well, it's not
Which
like
is
you were
probably fine
inconspicuous. You are... You have a lot of character.
So we have an idea for how to get in, right? We're gonna go to the front gate. If some of us are turned away, you'll find another way in. Any idea, Esmeralda, where that brings you into the castle? Because it's a pretty big place, and how are we gonna find each other?
She draws a sort of an outline like you have here, and she points to the back of the castle where the chapel is. That's the front way over there, and the back of the castle is over here toward the cliff.
Gotcha.
The back of it is a chapel.
Gotcha. So,
A chapel to who? The devil?
But it's she doesn't know. But she was able to scale the walls at a certain area by like. So she tells you that she sort of like went underneath the drawbridge and scaled some rock and then scaled up the wall and could see down that there's an opening in the chapel window that they could go in.
gotcha. Well, all right. I mean,
It's going to
Probably.
take them some time.
yeah, but
if
I mean,
that's the case.
but if we're at dinner, we can. I mean, we can.
That's
talk.
true.
We can chat. See what.
Yes, some of us are very amicable.
I kind of like the idea that a few others would come from a different place, just in case anything happens to us.
Sure.
We get trapped somewhere, maybe they can come help us, you know?
I'm
So
feeling
how-
worried about splitting.
There are
together.
a few questions
Well,
that
we
I
all stay
that I
together.
have. This is Ismark talking. How would we find each other inside the castle, Ravenloft?
That was my concern.
Yeah.
And when would we try and find each other?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Perhaps we could stow away in the chapel until morning and at first light. Or perhaps if things go south, you just get to the chapel as quickly as you can and we will be waiting for you.
Did you just laugh at that?
Get to the chapel.
You were just over there giggling to yourself, thinking that one through. Oh my god. That was good.
I mean that would work. I got to think that his hallways aren't just going to be empty, right? You know, we're not just going to be able to wander through and kind of meet up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be worse than the Amber Temple, I would assume.
No, but if things go south, then, I mean, what's the plan? I mean, you're here to kill Strahd, so
Well,
you're going to have to trudge through the castle anyway. Just go towards the chapel.
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean that's fair. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you get into the chapel and sit tight for a bit, we'll try to meet you there. I think that's a good plan.
We just pull out radios and we're like, let's just use these.
Yeah. Just
only
get
we
the
had sending stones.
find my friend app.
If we just had text messages.
Are we
What's
sure?
the Wi-Fi like at Ravenloft?
Dodgy.
Don't
Are we sure that we don't want to all be together?
Wait.
Tiny bear come.
Speaking of.
Well,
Can't find my accent.
Good, good.
So there needs to be a lot of climbing. Perry Wimple, how are you at climbing? You a good climber?
I can climb to work on the roof of the store.
That's fine.
Esmeralda, you think that's you think that's a vote of confidence, or is he going to come through the front door with us?
She looks over at him and says,
She only has one leg. How's she at climbing?
She has a prosthetic, man.
Plus, look at her.
It's gold.
I know, she's good at climbing.
Yeah, she's like.
She's good at fucking everything.
That's what
The thing about climbing this will be endurance, and I don't see a lot of endurance in this one, but he certainly seems strong.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe Perry Wimple was going to come with us no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't
I think they'd invite P-dubs in there with them. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, P-dubs.
Pete Dibbins.
Okay.
How are you
mean-
thinking, Molly?
I could communicate with Bibbs, but it's only about 100 feet.
Probably not.
Oh, and you don't want Bibbs to like go with them. Is that what you're thinking?
Could, but
Well,
it's a risk.
is Bivs, is she good at... It's fine. Is she good at finding her way back to you?
Yeah.
How far can you talk to people?
60 feet, I think. I have to be able to see him also.
Oh, right.
Listen, if something happens to Bibs, it's fine. I'm gonna be fine.
I can resummon Bibbs.
I might cry in real
Resummon
life.
Bibbs.
Okay.
Is Bibbs a familiar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So then maybe we do send Bibbs.
Nothing
with
can
them.
happen to Bibbs because you're just like, poop, come back. Here we go.
Oh, I want a Bibbs.
She doesn't have the things, though, do you? To bring her back?
You can get the things.
Turkle, I think I got the brazier, so.
Oh, you're
Brazier?
Brazier.
The bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brazier.
Brazier is a different.
You've
So
got
it's a
the
different
Brazier.
Yeah.
It really changes up. Reading is hardamum.
Hardamum.
10 gold worth of charcoal, incense, herbs.
I mean, it's not a bad idea to spend Bibbs with, like, Ismark, you know? And, you can communicate, and then, like, would Bibbs be able to kind of tell them that something's going on with us? Something's wrong?
Yeah, we could just figure out a signal.
Yeah.
Like,
She spins 3 times around? Bad. She
tries to kiss you. Good. I don't know.
I'm going to retcon this a little bit. Esmeralda has the ability to cast greater invisibility, so that's what she used to cross the drawbridge and just went throughout the castle. She didn't climb the thing, but she says it can be done.
Okay.
What is greater invisibility? Everybody?
Just one person.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay. Cool. So we want to.
So we're thinking about sending Bibbs with half of the party and splitting. I feel badly about that.
I feel good about it.
Do you?
I feel like that's actually a really pretty good idea. I mean, the way she can communicate is just yes or no. They can ask her questions, and could she answer that way?
well, I mean, basically, yeah, like I
Yeah.
control Bibbs.
So the. Yeah, I'm okay with that as long as we're confident that the other group can get in.
In another way.
Yeah.
Casimir says that he can also cast fly on
Oh, that's nice.
people if we need that.
He can cast it on other people?
Yeah,
Cast on
cast
other
other people and multiple people.
To fly.
Mm-hmm.
How long does that last?
Shane and I are both like, huh?
I think up to
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
It's still a long time.
What
a
a
long-
cool thing!
It's plenty of time to fly up a cliff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, they could take Periwinkle then, but we'll keep him.
He could do.
Wimple.
He
I
could
like
use
the
his
weather.
highest spell slot and do that for 1, 2, 3 people total.
Well, maybe they should try climbing first before he uses his highest spell slot.
Yeah, he could cast it while somebody's falling through the sky.
Okay.
Oh, it's range of touch. Well, we'll see.
See what happens over there on those
He
cliffs.
catches the...
Yeah. They're falling. He just like slaps them. Like,
Ah! Slap some flying into him.
Mhm.
Interesting. What an interesting spell.
I mean, it could also prepare feather fall, and then at least nobody dies.
That he doesn't have.
He doesn't have feather.
Mm-mm.
Whatever. Neither do I. I shouldn't judge.
Do we feel confident, Charisma Company, about going in through the front door with our invitation?
I feel like we have to.
Yeah, I
we
feel
got the
like
invitation.
confident is a relative, but...
No, we got this.
I feel more nervous leaving our friends behind.
Well, we're not leaving them behind. They're
No,
gonna meet us
but
there.
I know.
They're just taking a different Uber. It's fine.
I don't know what an Uber is, but okay.
Oh, it's this like giant beast that you just like grab onto and it just walks along and then you like go wherever you need to drop off.
That's very convenient, Uber.
They're very hairy. They smell really bad, but it's totally worth it.
Well, I want to take an Uber.
It's a lot of fun,
Like a really big bibs.
depending on who
It's smelly.
you're with. It can be weird if you're with people you don't know, but
Oh, like you can ride share in the Uber?
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean that's the
You
thing.
can take multiple people.
It's interesting.
Anyway, I think that.
So
I think we need to go in the front door. Once we're inside, can we plan anything? Like, what do we need? Do we have a safe word?
Bananas.
Okay. What do we do?
Bananas means stop talking. Stop
Okay.
saying whatever you're saying. You're giving up too much information.
That's right.
Okay, good to know.
What else should we have?
Is there a code word for stabby time?
We should have that.
stabby time.
Toothpick.
Toothpick.
You know, because a toothpick.
All right, toothpick
Got a
equals
feast?
stabby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hand me that toothpick? And there's no toothpicks on the
And
table.
everyone just starts
What if-
shooting.
What if there's
That's
just
the
only
idea,
toothpicks
right?
at the table?
Wait, no, we need a response to it. Like, I could say, "Can you hand me that toothpick?" And you have to say something back. So that means yes or no. Like, we need a yes or no answer back to it.
Okay,
That's
I think
not
the
a knife,
answer would
that's a
be
spoon.
yes or no.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
answer.
Because you asked a very clear yes or no
guess-
question.
That just works fine, doesn't it?
And then there's no question about it. No misspeaking.
no, I cannot
I think that's a good idea.
No, I cannot.
No, I cannot hand you
Hand
the
me a
toothpick, but I can stab
There
it.
it is.
Or just
Bananas.
Also,
All right, bananas and toothpicks.
Just-
Anything else? Do we need another
are
code word?
I assume Ollie would notice if we were being scried on right now, because this would be kind of detrimental.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
knowing
so we
that's
got
happening
bananas and
without even
toothpicks.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I don't know. I was at the end of mine.
More things.
Esmeralda and Octavio and Ismark had watched over the they got the message from the Raven to come down, and they actually have been sort of watching the castle for like half a day to get some intel, and they say that they've seen a few Vistani wagons go inside, but like transport wagons, not like people transport, but like there's like barrels in the back and like just kind of
Should
goods,
we try
goods,
it?
a goods thing.
Should we get into the wagon? Get inside that way?
well,
I
think we need to use the invitation.
I think the castle knows when we're nearby.
Yeah.
So I think it would be weird.
But would our friends like to use that?
They could just get in the wagon.
Do we have
Hide in those barrels.
Do we have a Vistani wagon?
Well, we
well,
could
we could
commandeer
check
a
the pockets.
Vistani wagon. Check that purse you have.
Oh, yeah.
The bag of clothing.
The
I
Hermione
have a
purse.
whole Vistani can.
I don't have any Vistani camps in my bag of
Okay.
clothing.
But we could commandeer one on its way to Ravenloft.
We
commandeer.
could.
I mean, it's not the wagons themselves aren't like innately Vistani. They're just wagons, but they're driven by Vistani.
Okay.
Oh, so we would need Vistani to drive us in. Them in, our friends in.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think Rudolph and Richten has disguised self, maybe.
Oh, he could disguise himself as a
Or
Vistani.
a hat of
And that's
disguise.
where
We really could take over a little wagon to get inside. You can do disguise too.
I mean, I could do it to somebody else, probably.
But we would be going inside via invitation, so you wouldn't be with us.
Disguise self is self.
Yeah. And then, so if they're in the barrels, then what's the next step? Because we don't know where the barrels would be taken.
They also would need a code word on when to get out of the barrels.
Yeah, and
And then what? They're just making their way back to the chapel anyway, right?
yeah, because
I mean, that seems like an easy way in, though.
it would be less potentially splattery than climbing the cliff.
Less dangerous. Splattery.
Yes, I got it. Splattery.
For
I
sure.
kind of like that idea.
Yes.
I mean,
We like the idea of sending them in the wagons. Could potentially
If
work.
we
Are
have-
we going to send bibs with them?
if we have
Yeah.
barrels that they could fit in. Yeah. or we can find barrels.
I mean, how compact are we talking? Because Periwinkle, no.
Or crates, or whatever. We could probably... Sure, we could find boxes.
Well, that we were going to keep Periwinkle with us.
Yeah, we will.
Periwinkle.
So we gotta just fold up Casimir and Esmeralda and Ismark.
Just 4 of them.
Yeah, just fold them up.
Yeah, like how tight do they fold?
I think they'd be fine in a barrel.
Ismark says, why do we need to fold up Esmeralda? She looks like Vistani.
Yeah, makes sense.
She could just drive.
Oh, yeah.
Really. And
Octavio
nice.
could look like magical disguise. He can look like whatever he wants.
yeah, and
so then it's only hiding
Kaz
Ismark.
and Ismark could, they could buddy up in one.
Yeah.
I don't know, are you flexible?
There's probably plenty of things in that wagon to hide them.
Perhaps Periwinkle has large crates at the...
Yeah, we're still in
Shop.
town. We can grab some crates.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you have
it's
big...
not a problem. There's crates to be found.
Get big boxes, homie.
Yeah.
And Periwinkle's like, yeah, dude, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he leaves and comes back with 2 large crates.
How often does the wagon come by?
They were only watching for about half a day, and they saw 2.
Oh, yeah. Good odds.
Okay. How are we
And
going
again,
to do this?
And if it doesn't happen, then we're no worse off.
Yeah. So, how about... Should we try sending you in first? Sending them in first, and later we will go. That way we know if that was successful or not.
Mm-hmm.
They have to hide in that castle for a while then.
They would have to hide in the chapel anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna.
If they're going to the chapel and hiding there, then they're gonna have to hide it anyway. Probably better to hide in the kitchen than maybe not.
Yeah, food.
But more people.
More people.
Probably be in the kitchen than the chapel.
Also, they would be driving a cart up and then being inside the castle, and then the cart just sits outside.
No, I'm sure they unload the cart. I'm sure they bring wine and food in through this cart. Would be my guess.
Yeah, but who
Who
then?
brings it in?
Yeah.
They're gonna.
Then who drives the cart?
Well, they probably bring the cart. The maybe they bring the crates in and then open it so that whatever's inside doesn't get rained on.
That would,
Sure.
but
It is raining outside.
But then you would be stuck in a crate with somebody opening it.
Yes.
You'd be in a
Eventually.
tough position.
Yeah, so that's why it's like, yeah, once they come,
I mean, do you
once
think-
those crates
do you
open.
think it'd be okay
the jig would be up immediately, wouldn't it?
I mean, unless
Once you're in, though.
I mean, it depends on how fast you can stabby.
How fast you pull out that toothpick.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know who's going to open it.
That's
because
fair.
Strahd's
I guess I should ask: are we assuming innocence of the staff at this place?
I don't think we should assume that.
No, we met that guy at the Ember Temple who was working for Strahd, and he didn't seem overly pleasant.
So then, perhaps you're just ready for the stabby whenever your crate
No,
opens.
why?
And you just quiet stab.
What if is like a young handmaid?
Then don't stab.
I mean,
Well,
so what's
that's what I'm saying.
where's the line?
That's why I'm asking this question. Are we assuming innocence
Are we
of some
just
people?
attacking everything?
Or do we see if it's a young handmaid, do you assume that it's actually one of, like, a consort or whoever, and not actually just a person? Because I don't want to get into it, but sometimes looks can be deceiving.
Okay, they can be deceiving?
Explain!
Well, sometimes people aren't the way they look. Is that enough explanation?
No.
You got frisky with some witches. They were gross.
They ended up being gross, let's be clear.
This is the pot calling the kettle black in this situation. I know.
That's very. That's. I appreciate your candor. Anyway, all I'm saying is don't let yourself be seduced by someone there. That's all I'm saying. Because they could end up being really old and gross and evil. I don't know. I'm just saying. Just saying.
So leaning towards getting out a barrel and stab.
So if you're willing to be ready for
Just
that,
sounds like a
I mean,
commotion.
it just seems, I don't know. It seems like there's more potential for,
Screw up?
yeah, if they're brought in on a cart and go into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
So-
But, it's a brainstorming session, so it's
Right.
There's no bad ideas
no
in brainstorming
ideas.
this.
It's
No
just as hard if they're
ideas.
climbing the cliff. They also have to enter through some sort of door or window, and who knows
they
what
saw
they're
the
going to
window
be
open.
getting into.
Sure, but they could at least hopefully look through the window I'll drink.
Ah.
I owe you one.
We need to fill up.
So I think maybe
Yeah,
I say
Thank you.
the
Josh, would
chapel
you mind putting
is the
this
better
over
plan.
Yeah, I
agree.
think you're probably right.
But that's just me. So
I agree the chapel is the better plan. I think there's too much room for error with the wagon.
yes. So okay, cool. Then we can just split off whenever, at whatever point you think is best for you to head on your way before we approach the gate.
Well, it doesn't look like the weather is going to let up anytime soon, so whenever.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Maybe midday, so that we have time
Yeah.
before nightfall. I mean, climbing at night on wet rock. I
That
can't
seems
imagine it's
dangerous.
a good idea.
Yeah. No. Definitely.
I can attest. It was dangerous.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right. Well, we have our approach and we have our safe words.
Yeah, do we need more?
I don't really.
Any more might get confusing.
Yeah, and also how much do we know to expect? I'm kind of new here. Like, how much do you know about Strahd's hospitality? How much do we think we can plan an attack? Like,
It doesn't seem overly welcoming or friendly. But
Did
he
you get a
did-
handwritten
He
invitation?
did.
But did he
How
write
often
it?
does that
That
happen
is
anymore?
classy these
But
days.
the question is, did he
Did
write
send
it, or
an e-bite?
did he have that guy write
And
it?
the gates, I mean... no. Ismark reviewed it and confirmed it does appear to be his handwriting.
Okay, well, you know what? All right,
All right.
he's a gentleman.
Way back at the Blue Water Inn when you first got the letter.
He's a gentleman. I don't know if I would go that far, but
I don't mean that in like a good. I mean, he's like,
Casimir speaks up
Yeah.
and says that he is very traditional in that, old ways might be gone to most people, but not to him. He's very... You might consider him honorable for the most part until when it really matters, and then he's not.
then he'll do
I
whatever.
mean, he killed his brother on his wedding day,
Gentlemen.
yeah.
but up until the wedding day, he had subsided to being, in the friend zone, as you people say.
Some people say.
So up until then, he was extremely honorable, and then when it mattered most,
He
he
was
was
not.
not.
Okay, well, we'll just keep an eye on that, I guess. I don't know. I think we just gotta go with the flow.
I'm okay with just going with flow.
Planning too much just.
I
gives
think
up.
we're not
I think
going to
even
be
if
able
we-
to plan.
I think even if we plan the best sneak attack kind of thing, it's probably not gonna work.
Probably not gonna work. Yeah, it's better just. Yeah, we'll just roll in and have a good time, See where it goes.
Have dinner, maybe it's nice.
Yeah, maybe everything works out great. Maybe he's misunderstood.
Maybe we tell him, hey, we just really miss the sunlight, and it'd be cool if we could travel to other places, and he'd
Yeah.
probably be like, oh my gosh, you want the lights on? I had no idea.
Yeah, no one ever told
Lights
me. I wish someone had told me. I thought that's what you wanted.
Brand new information.
People aren't happy here.
Yeah. He's like, oh my gosh, you guys can't leave? I had no idea.
Did I lock the door again?
Oh shoot.
Oh my
God.
Always locks on
You
the way
guys want
out.
the lights on? That's my favorite one.
The curse of Strahd is his forgetfulness. That's the curse.
That's all. Oh my gosh, that would be the best turn of events.
Or the most unsatisfactory.
Yeah, it really
It's
would
like-
be, wouldn't it? We're
It's
just
like he's just like.
oh, this poor guy.
You guys can't get out? Oh, well, follow me.
Yes.
Then you're
Here it
out.
is.
Yeah, it's like
You win.
The end. You're the only party to ever have just been like, can we just go?
Yeah.
You know
He's
you-
like, oh
we
my
can't
gosh,
leave?
it's truly, no one's
No, you
ever asked me.
It's just attacking me all the time.
yeah, just show up and people like
It's so rude.
get angry.
Okay.
It's his villain story.
Have that kind of faith.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't set out to be a villain. I just
Just keep getting
sometimes
attacked.
I'm forgetful and I lock the door. I just didn't know.
All right, so they're gonna go chapel. We're gonna
We're
go
gonna
to
go.
dinner.
Going to the chapel, baby.
Yep.
She gets Harry as soon as I'm within 100 feet of Bibbs. I can try to give him a signal, but
Sweet.
Okay. Can you...
Do you have to see Bibbs
Let's see.
to do that?
Just a
Maybe
feeling.
It's an empathic link.
Oh, okay. Great.
We just have to be.
Can anyone have a familiar?
No.
According to the rules, no. Wizards and certain other arcane casters. Or magic users.
So yeah, the castle itself is about 110, 120 feet in distance from like the end to end. So
You
Right
might not
about
always have a good bib sing.
But it's like-
It's hard.
500 feet tall.
Sure.
So depending on what floor you're on.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So we're off
Yeah.
to see the
Did you
wizard?
feel like that would take us a lot longer to decide?
No.
Okay.
It's about how long I figured it would take.
What
Let's
if
do it.
we don't go at all?
What
if we
spend
just
the rest
stay
of our
in
days
Barovia
forever?
Don't. What if we just make a life here?
And I'll just look like this for forever.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Think about Ollie. We don't know
I
But
though.
you're rich.
He could use it maybe
have a
a little
lucrative-
switch behind the ears.
Wolf steak business.
Yeah, lucrative. Yeah, see?
I'd like to leave.
But what if we just... It's fine. It's because I'm actively afraid. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
No way.
So up you go.
We gotta
Yeah?
spread some light. We gotta get rid of this darkness.
God,
All right.
you and light adjust.
Let's take a quick
Light
break
fucking rules.
before starting up this next portion.
Okay. We will be right back.
something else.
All right.
We back.
Feat of human engineering, truly.
Back and
Truly.
ready to go. Oops.
We're back.
Oh,
See Strahd again.
Exactly.
Wow, if that was his voice. Also be so. Welcome to my castle.
That's why everyone hates him.
Yeah, it's just. No, he just tells too many stories
It's
and
a
talks too
drive-by
much.
fruity.
No. Drive-by fruiting.
Fruiting or fruity in the movie?
Fruiting. Drive-by shooting.
Oh,
Drive-by fruiting.
fruiting. I always thought it was fruity. It's a drive-by fruity. It's not good, you guys.
Learning. That's what we're doing today.
One of my work values is learn every day.
That's good.
That's the one today.
All right. So,
Oh no,
if you
all of that
recall,
was on the stream?
Yeah, we're live. Yeah.
for whatever, I was trying to like gather you guys in. Okay. So, if you recall from last time that you left Barovia and headed on the Old Zvolok Road, you're climbing on switchbacks up the mountain. Takes quite a while, especially on foot. The troop of you get to, let's say, about where, so in the image on the side here, it's sort of level with trees and then starts to slope up. Mm-hmm. We'll say right at that elbow is where you split off. Casimir says that he's just going to use the fly ability to sort of create sort of like a not a pulley system, but what is it when you're at like Hawaii and you're going from tree to tree? Yeah, a little zip line kind of situation from the chasm, to traverse the chasm.
Nice.
And then from there they can instead of going the 1,000 feet, they can just go a couple hundred feet.
Well, now hang on. How about? Are you gonna leave that up when we're done? Because sounds dope.
All right, so. After winding through the forest and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. There, at the gate, which slowly opens as you approach, is a black carriage with 2 black horses. It's a large carriage that can carry the 5 of you. The carriage doors swing open, and you notice there is no driver. I'm assuming you take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like we don't have a driver's choice now. We're doing it.
I'll just walk.
When you step onto the carriage, a lightning bolt blasts and thunder rolls through the land.
I regret.
Dope. No.
Headed toward the castle, the weather gets worse. The pitter-patter of soft rain turns into more of a downfall. And then by the time you get to the drawbridge, it's going to be a torrent. Let's see.
Nervous eating.
The carriage comes to a dead stop before twin turrets of stone, broken from years of exposure. Beyond these guard towers is the precipice of a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into the unknown depths. A lowered drawbridge of old, shored-up wooden beams stretches across the chasm, between you and the archway to the courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles stare at you out their hollow eye sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond this location, the main doors of Ravenloft stand open. Go ahead and move your people over to the drawbridge.
We're welcome.
No.
By the way, in case viewers have not seen, we're
now
things.
a real company.
Right. So, Pearl first.
Yay.
You can see a rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard.
Which one's probably the big guy?
Yeah, it's the barbarian. Torches flutter sadly in sconces on both sides of the open doors. These doors right here are open.
Nice.
As far as the courtyard here, thick, cold fog swirls in the courtyard. obviously.
Obviously.
Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors, and as I said, warm light spills forth. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. Moving forward into the next room.
Just cram in there.
Get to the chopper.
Levity of us mamas, welcome.
2 moments, sorry.
It's not funny.
Alright, so the ornate outer doors of the castle hang open, flanked by fluttering torches and iron sconces. 20 feet inside the castle is a second set of doors, which is where you're at here. The doors in front of you suddenly swing open, revealing a grand hall filled with the sound of organ music.
Oh,
Go ahead and
nice.
step forward. Those are pillars. Just imagine those are pillars
yeah.
headed up,
Nice.
holding the roof.
I'm good.
Looking along.
Let's see.
Feeling this jam.
Overhead, in the vaulted entry foyer, 4 statues of dragons glare down, their eyes flickering in the torchlight. So you can see 4 dragon things
Yeah.
above you.
Cool.
Like real one? Like they're real? Or they're stone?
Statues of dragons.
That doesn't make them less scary, I just wanted to know.
Okay. You hear the sound of boots on stone coming from this massive stone stairway that leads up.
This one?
Mm-hmm. It's a slow gate.
What was that?
Titanic theme song.
Is that what that was?
No.
So it's a slow gate from the sound of it. Whoever's on its way is taking his time.
Well, I mean,
That's when you see a somewhat familiar face.
is it that?
Oh, that fella that we don't like. Yeah, it's that fella.
God, he
Rahadin-
looks like the dude.
Rahadin the Chamberlain of Strahd's castle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he says,
Yes.
"My master bids thee welcome to his castle. Fear not, he's granted you the ancient Barovian right of Noctavim. You won't be harmed as long as your manners maintain.
We have manners.
He would like to speak to you. Following that, I will show you to your guest rooms where appropriate attire has been laid out for you.
Go get dressed nice.
And the feast will be ready when you hear the toll of the bell. I will come and get you and show you to the room. So please follow me." He slowly turns without asking you to do any questions or anything, and starts walking up the stairs. Let's see.
Quick, Gage. Do we just book it now?
Yeah. This is what I've been saying this whole time.
No, let's get into fancy attire.
This
I
is
mean,
a very who
I mean,
makes
that's
this
fine,
up?
but I feel like I look good right now. But
Do you
whatever.
think he knows our sizes?
Well, I find it very hard to believe that he knows my size.
All right. So
Large.
he takes you up to
Sorry.
So this stairway turns into a landing, a 20-foot landing, where you can see 2 sconces of what appear to be like iron suits of iron, one on either side, and from there it splits into 2 staircases up to a single floor. It's very, very elegant looking, but they're both leading to the same place. It's just like it splits here.
Nice. Okay.
elegant and like a
Is that your marching order?
Gonna go and probably
Periwimple's
have the
first?
two. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Periwimple
He could be
and-
behind. He could be following. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pearl first.
Pearl is first.
Okay, who's the one closest to me here?
This is Rambo.
Okay.
Can you not tell from the flowing
It was
locks?
2
So
1 2.
walking by these ornate suits of iron, you step on a loose stone, and you hear a trigger. Make a dexterity saving throw.
No!
It's happening!
Was that...
10.
It's happening! I'm scared. I hate it.
Are we not gonna have a nice dinner?
This doesn't make sense. If I was,
I don't know
if I was promised no harm would come to me.
What was the roll?
10.
Okay. So these iron suits are holding these up,
Of course they are.
and the mace comes down and clonks you on the head,
Spooky.
and you take 5 hit points of bludgeoning damage. Rahadin looks over and laughs and says, "Anyway,
What was that
Follow
not to
me.
theme thing?
no harm will befall you on anyone's accord apart from yourselves. We will not harm you, but if you harm yourselves for foolish endeavors, then it's beyond our control. It's a simple joke. Let it roll off.
That's easy for you.
Maybe don't even mention it to Strahd."
Oh, sure.
I
I will.
should mention it.
So
I don't think we should.
Oh.
I
Right.
think we should store these things
To make a better case for later.
Pearl, I think perhaps tonight you should let the talking be done by some other people.
Okay.
okay.
Probably good advice.
And so you enter a room where dim light from the courtyard falls into this great hall. I don't have the other part of this map. It's not going to matter. You're not going to be for very long. Through the broken glass and iron lattice work, but it's warm in here through a very large fire. It's very elegantly like old money kind of decorations in this room. At the far end is sort of a throne, if you will, and standing next to it is Strahd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's kind of handsome, yeah. Not like my personal type.
He's looking away from you. He's sort of leaned up against the throne. Rahadin walks up and says, "My lord, the Charisma Company are here." And he bows and lets you on your way and sort of exits toward the stairs. He doesn't leave entirely, but he's back there. Strahd turns and says, "My apologies for not having a formal introduction earlier. But you're here now. Welcome, Charisma Company, to Castle Ravenloft. I assume my Chamberlain has told you that you will not be harmed this evening."
He did mention that.
Wonderful. Well, I wanted to make that clear from my mouth, and not just someone else's.
Thank you.
He will show you to your rooms, and then we will dine. See you soon.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So you turn and...
Pearl just
walk back
bows
to where
profusely and then
yeah,
turns.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, he leads you back down the stairs, this time
About
avoiding
toothpick
that
right
stone step in front of both of the sconces, which have now been, have
Sure, yeah.
gone back up.
I'm gonna give a healthy space to every statue.
Okay. So we're coming back down here. Go ahead and this is... Nope. this will be Rahadin. He'll show you around.
God, man, I just want to like fucking kill him right now.
So he walks forward, and the closer you get to this dining, well, you can see it's a dining hall right here. But the closer you get to it, the organ music sounds louder and louder. He takes you over to the spiral staircase that both leads up and down from here.
Okay.
On the opposite side, so there's a little alcove next to the hallway here. You can see there's another statue here. It's very ornate compared to even the ones that were up there.
Don't trust the statues.
He ushers you up. Let's see. The staircase itself is lit with sconces from time to time. There's nothing unique about this particular path up. You eventually, after climbing, what is the distance? I think it's like 100 feet up into the air. It just goes and goes. The first floor is extremely high vaulted ceilings, and then after that, they're somewhat more normal sized. But yeah, it would be quite a pain if you were elderly or something like that.
It's my other cleric.
So that's really not suitable for elderly or children, it seems.
Just saying. I don't know if you were there. Well,
Getting to the very top of this spiral staircase, you come to a landing that's 10 feet wide, 20 feet long. A cold draft of wind. Let's go ahead and change the music a little bit. Something a little bit more creepy. You come to a dark landing 10 feet by 20 feet. A cold draft of wind rushes down the spiral staircase at the north end of the east wall and whistles mournfully through the room before streaming down the stairs to the south. An ornate square rug covers the floor to the south. Set into the west wall is an iron-bound wooden door with a wooden trap door set into the floor in front of it. Rahadin says, "That is the elevator you're not permitted to use. Not even if you could want to, you wouldn't be able to."
It's nice, there's elevators. For the elderly?
Yeah.
Hanging on the north wall, above the trapdoor, is a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a serene yet penetrating gaze, which looks like this.
Oh. Papa Strahd? Or is that Strahd?
Make a make an insight check by someone.
That's
It's
corrosive.
It's probably his brother.
Yeah.
If you're proficient in, is anyone proficient in insight?
He knew.
No.
Yes.
Go ahead.
19.
Nice.
It looks like Strahd before he was a vampire.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking.
Happy Strahd.
Yeah.
Alive Strahd.
Fully alive.
Okay. Moving along, as thunder shakes the tower, heavy beams groan under the weight of the ceiling. 3 ornate lanterns hang by chains from these beams, each casting a dim glow. The curved west wall is fitted with 3 windows of leaded glass and steel latticework. A bookcase sits on the east wall between the 2 doors. Plush, overstuffed chairs and couches are placed about the room. The fabric has faded with age, and the patterns it depicts are nearly gone. Lounging on one couch is a handsome young man whose attire, while elegant, is worn and faded. Rahadin says, "This is the lounge. I'll show you to your rooms." And the man on the Shea Lounge, Shay's Lounge, is just kind of sprawled, very Dorian Gray, like.
Very Dorian Gray. I like that. Yeah.
Rahadin, you didn't tell me that we would be having visitors. Not that I would have done anything to make myself look more better, I suppose.
Oh, damn, that guy's so cool.
But I could have made myself scarce. And as it were, I'm not very much in the mood. to entertain. And so I shall be going. But perhaps I'll see you again. It's like a really handsome, like short blonde hair. You can see he's wearing a very nice ring on one of his middle fingers and an extremely valuable necklace.
Okay, bye.
What a nice one.
Hey, I'm
Really?
judging.
The fuck in, you
Anyone
two.
want to say anything to him? Well, now would be your chance.
Well, I mean,
He stands up
if you're
and
on
starts
your way
to
out,
leave.
then okay.
I like it.
Goodbye.
I love your necklace.
Of course you do. Who wouldn't?
It's very nice. Where did you get it?
It was a gift from our Lord Strahd. But again, I will be on my way. Allow me to at least introduce myself to you. My name is Asher. You may call me Asher.
Okay,
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Hello. We are our names.
We are our names.
Don't worry, I'll be back later. And we can talk then, if we want.
Sounds good. I
Okay.
like talking.
Bye forever.
Have a good night, Asher.
Good night.
He has fangs. He's clearly a vampire of some kind. Whether vampire spawn or fully fledged vampire, you don't really know the difference. Let's see. The guest room. A large bed sits in the center of this room. Its 4 corner posts supporting a black canopy trimmed with gold tassels. Several comfortable divans, I think it's divan, right? Are placed about the room. There's a banded door in the west wall and a smaller unbanded door in the east wall and a small staircase where Rahadin says, "This is where the lords and ladies would stay and their servants would follow me up to the rooms above. I'll leave it up to you after I leave to decide who wants to sleep where, but I'll leave you here. Take the stairs up to the next floor for the smaller guest rooms. And as I said, I will come and get you when it is time for the feast."
What time is it?
Do we know where, are the clothes obvious?
Yes, they're very obvious. There's only one girl here that is a certain size, and another girl here who's a very different size. And the two of you are very different in shape as well.
I mean, and overall.
The strange thing is there's a outfit for Periwinkle as well.
Oh,
Interesting.
I hate it.
I mean, they had
But Periwinkle's probably so excited about it.
It's
Well, he's
wonderful.
probably not
How does he
excited.
feel? Yeah.
How does he feel about the clothes?
He looks at it and is super excited because he's
Great.
never had
never
clothes
changed
for
before,
himself
ever.
that is this nice, and it's like really well made. It covers his giant paunch. It makes him look like he's sitting straighter.
It hugs up here and
Oh,
flows out there. Yeah,
Wimple,
get it,
that's nice.
Yeah, the clothes themselves are extremely well made. Like they took time. The men's sort of have a somewhat military cut where it's like hard lines, but it looks really nice, sort of stiff collar.
How much of my chest hair is showing? That's the real question.
It
My
has
guess is
buttons,
none.
so you can
Get
open
a
it
little-
to have if you want.
Just
Little
gets to
girl.
about your...
One more time, folks.
I'll let you guys take some creative license here and tell me what would be like the most wonderful thing for your characters to have. Like, what would Pearl? Would she want like a very super fancy, or would she want something more muted? Maybe she's all about like, oh my god, this is so fancy, or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I have to think.
Catless would want the finest, fanciest dress. With
Okay.
a nice corset and
All right, so
big
you.
skirt.
Mhm.
I just
All
don't
right, so
think Pearl
yours
would wear a
is
corset.
like a dark maroon with gold inlay all over. It's really structured. The dress itself flows perfectly. Like it's like you're straight out of like the red carpet from like if
In
there
these
were a
days.
red carpet in these days.
I don't think Pearl wants a corset. She would not want to wear a corset. And then I don't think she would know what to do with it. So maybe just something a little simpler, but like still really fine. She's never had anything that's not like fur
Sure.
and leather.
What color is her skin?
Pale.
Like almost gray?
Not quite that pale, but like
Okay.
white, like alabaster almost.
Okay. All right, so we'll say more earth tones, like greens and golds and blues,
Okay.
across like up and down. It's lots of layers, but it's very comfortable,
Oh,
and it's a nice dress, and you're able to move in it. You know.
she tests it out.
You're like, where do I put my battle axe?
It doesn't. It fits perfect.
Periwinkle takes his hand, and is like, "Are we bringing these or leave here?"
It's a good question, Perry.
Great question, Periwinkle. P-dubs.
That was not clarified, but my
I think we
guess-
should
Should we
hide.
take
I've got.
easily concealed
Yeah.
weapons, perhaps?
I'll put my.
But then
Oh,
if
I
we-
actually just have hand axes. Those aren't. Oh, I put the blunderbuss.
You want to bus?
It was Hellas.
It was her first character.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
I'll holster that to my.
Yeah, that
instead of
might
my
be
leg.
hard to. That might be hard to keep. Yeah, and you have to like. You're gonna walk. You're gonna walk like your leg is broken.
Seriously. Yeah, that's it. I got.
Just taking down.
Not putting the
Up,
Morning
up, up,
Star
up.
anywhere.
No, I would. I mean, remiss as I am to say we should go into this unarmed, but
A steak? Yeah. I've got snake venom in a little jar. Bring that.
sure, you could probably hide that. Strahd stands on propriety, though, and he has personally
Oh, but I feel
promised us.
so uncomfortable leaving the sun sword.
Well, why don't
Well, we can turn that off, and you can
turn it
hide the
off.
hilt. I'm just saying, you
Yeah.
probably
Could we put-
can't bring a battle
Can we
axe.
put
without
that
it.
into the purse and you bring your purse as like your clutch for the night?
Yes.
Can we do that?
We could-
Sorry?
we could. I
Can
mean,
we put our weapons into the Hermione bag?
in
and
my
she
bag
can
of
use that as her
holding?
clutch for the evening?
Yeah. You can
What
do
is
whatever
a
you want.
clutch? I am clutching it.
That's why. Yeah, you got it.
Oh.
Believe me, I asked that question. Too.
Oh, okay, good.
You could do that. But I definitely think we should not have weapons visible at the very
Yeah,
least.
Should
but I
we
definitely don't want to leave
put
it in the
them
rooms. I feel
all
like
in the
they'll
bag
be
of
gone.
holding?
Sure.
I
Yeah,
am
we can.
the weapon.
We can chuck it there.
Is there
Well,
anything
yeah,
else
I
we
mean-
need to put in there?
You
Like,
fucking creep.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, should I put my harp in there?
like all of our
I
belongings
don't
should
know,
probably
I
go in
don't-
that little purse.
I'll probably put my harp in there. We'll put it up there.
Okay.
I'll get it out if we need to.
You can see Periwinkle's confused.
Why do you
Why?
need to bring your heart?
Would you need to put harp in? It plays music.
What would harping?
It's music.
Yeah.
What a
Music.
harpin.
Well, I mean, maybe you know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll keep it with me and like offer to jam with whatever. Yeah, that's a good point, Perry. Well, thank you. Thank you
Oh,
for
yeah.
bringing
No
logic
need
to
to-
this.
I heard
I'll
organ
just
music
carry it. Yeah,
coming from there.
I'll keep it with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Thanks.
It's a
Yeah.
good what does Catalyst call it? Accessory.
Yes, that.
He taught me a thing.
Yes, that was good. Yes, it is a good accessory. You're right. And the filigree on my jacket matches it really well, which is kind of off-putting, but also really cool.
Just kind of off-putting, but really cool.
Yeah. I mean, the level of detail that has gone into a thing that I have carried with me for many years to match it doesn't make me feel good about pulling anything over on this guy. But also it looks dope. So, which one is better? I don't know.
Catelys is just so pumped to be all dressed up and fancy. I pull out the tiara I stole from the temple and like, the Amber Temple and put
Watch it
that
be like
on.
fucking
Yeah.
cursed or some shit.
Or like Strahd, like, that is mine.
Yeah, it's actually.
Cool. All right. Well, we're all decked out in our finery.
Okay.
Ollie combs
Your
his
hair
fur.
is just coming out of everywhere.
Is there fur oil for Ollie?
There's certain toiletries and things.
Nice.
I wonder.
Hair tonic.
Yeah, perhaps there is something just for him.
Yeah, could Ollie shave? Have we tried shaving?
One shave just grows right back.
Well, that's not thing. Is it a Santa
Santa
Claus
Claus
kind of
situation.
thing, or
Oh my god.
let's not try it right now. We're about to go to a fancy dinner.
You haven't tried.
What if we just try like
I think
a little
we should try
batch?
shaving him.
Like a little batch.
Like under your sleeve. Like,
Yeah. Let's try it.
No, definitely
Try
try
it,
the
like-
face first.
Nope.
I pull out a razor from the bag of holding.
Or like one of my daggers, yeah, just
But it's like, what happens?
Nothing.
Is his skin like normal underneath, or is it like?
Yeah, it's normal. I mean, yeah, his
Shave your
skin is
face,
normal.
shave your
I mean,
face.
it's like normal as in like as where you would imagine like if a beard were to grow
Right,
here,
yeah,
you'd
yeah.
have like the same sort of
The kind of
For sure,
stubble.
for sure.
stubble
5 o'clock
like so
shadow
you can
already.
see it. you
Yeah.
know?
Okay. Well, cool. I mean, it's up to you. You can do what you want.
Do you want to
I
shave
don't
your
know how much
face?
time it would take.
Well, we're
Is
just
it like
waiting
even
for
like
the
your
bell.
nose is hairy, like everything?
Where are you at? What are you asking right now?
How much of your face is covered in fur?
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Apart from his eyebrow or his eyelids, probably.
And doesn't he have like a wolf nose?
No, he has a very unfortunate smile. right
Yeah,
now.
the grin.
And
Shave
his
your
eyes
face!
and his eyes are still starry black.
God, I just
Starry black voids.
stop
You know,
it.
maybe-
I hate it.
maybe-
I'm gonna have fucking nightmares.
Maybe actually the fur is better with the whole overall thing.
It's kind of a look.
What do
Show
you
the
mean?
camera. Show the
Forget
camera.
how bad it is every
Even close
time.
enough at all?
Oh my god, it's so scary.
That's what she drew. What Ollie looks like.
Oh, it's so upsetting.
My really quality photo. Werewolf, dark, scary eyes with stars in them. That was your
Yeah,
joke.
You know what? Forget I asked.
So you're gonna shave
Your
or no?
face.
I think,
Shave your
I
face.
think I'm just gonna leave it.
Let's just worry about that at a later time.
We dressed up. You dress up.
He is
Oh.
dressed up.
I-
He's wearing the clothes.
You shave your face.
I'm gonna shave my
That's a good point.
I mean,
Did you have to shave?
the mustache
Why
is
would-
a choice, but I mean,
I trimmed my goatee.
See?
but should Catless trim her goatee?
Cathis does not have a goatee. We all know it. Look at her.
I'm on your side. You do you, man.
Just gonna go all natural.
I'm so excited for you to shave your face.
We can do it afterward.
Okay.
The drawing is just. It really takes me out of it. I got really scared of it. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. It really, it's jarring every time.
Sorry.
I'm so.
That's awesome. All right. Rahadin comes up and gathers you and brings you down.
Clip that, Allie.
No, don't.
Oh.
Don't.
He allows you into the room, and you can see at the table a beautiful feast. Lots of fruits, vegetables, meats, breads, cheeses. There's a fireplace at one end.
We did it. We did a
And
great job.
across from you is Strahd playing the organ. He's playing this music here.
Shit, Strahd's playing the organs.
He is.
Fucking hard instrument.
He's lived there for a long time.
I was gonna say it is hard, but if you've got the time, yeah,
To learn, to teach yourself.
yeah. And nothing else to
It's a lot of keyboards, it's a lot of steps.
Is it 3 layers?
do. Yeah, those are called manuals.
And as
You use your feet.
as you walk in, Rahadin points you to where you're sitting, and you can sit down. Periodically, this creature comes out to put more food on
good
the table.
description of not a person.
He looks very much like the creatures that you saw at the Abbey
Oh, I hated that place.
of St. Markovia. A mongrel folk is what they're known as.
Yeah, what are his feet?
Well, one is
There's a lot of pieces of things put together.
one is a duck, maybe with claws.
How does he react to seeing me?
No reaction
He's like,
whatsoever.
Feeling of kindred, yeah.
For sure.
So he's bringing
Oh, no.
he's bringing the food in, and is pouring wine for you, and is kind of you get the sense your server
Oh, thanks.
for the night.
I'll tip him a gold.
That's nice.
Um,
Thanks, man. Keep it coming.
shortly after you guys sit down, not sure if you should eat or not, Strahd walks through the doors that you just entered, while another Strahd is playing the organ.
That's why I was gonna
Oh.
ask about that.
Strahd sits down at the end.
What happened?
Strahd sits down at the end of the table.
And we all notice this, and we're just looking back and forth,
And he just sits and crosses his leg and starts sipping from his goblet.
So,
I will also start sipping.
Enjoy.
do I see 2 straws?
You don't. You see a piano being played by itself, or an organ being played by itself.
But we see what looks like a Strahd, but we only see the back of him, so
Mhm.
do we just assume it's someone else?
I don't know what we assume.
Yeah.
You can assume lots of things. I would assume.
You don't know which might be the correct one at this point. It says, enjoy. Fill yourselves for a moment, and then we will speak. Enjoy the food and the music. The wine is very good.
It probably is, compared to the wine we've had.
Well,
Alright, we'll start eating.
While you're eating, I'll talk about what's here. So 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls, supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with fine, white satin cloth. The table is laden with many delectable foods. Roasted beef basted in savory sauces, roots and herbs of every taste, sweet fruits and vegetables, including bananas. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance.
tantalizing.
There's like no in-between in this volume.
That's how it is with pipe organs.
I was just gonna say the same thing. That's how it is with organs. Oh my god.
So there's floor to
Suspense is killing me.
there are floor to ceiling mirrors next to the organ. You can see Strahd's not in them.
Oh, sure.
This is a bump here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Such a drama queen.
We found his poetry.
At the end of this song, Strahd stands up from the organ and leaves through the door that you guys just came from, like bowing to you after his performance.
Does the door move as he walks through?
Uh-huh. Wow. He opens the door and goes through it.
That's real good.
And so the food you eat is, are you going to eat it?
Yeah.
Are you apprehensive of it at all? Okay.
Well,
Apprehensive, but we're gonna eat it.
Nah, I'm
we're gonna eat it.
diving in with the confidence that
Okay.
only ignorance can really provide. So.
Sure. Well, the food is spectacular. Periwinkle is gorging himself because
So
he
pumped.
barely eats, that much food, and certainly not this kind of food.
Eat up, big man.
He eats very poorly in general.
What's his reaction to the bananas?
He's just
I was
happy
like,
about
I've
it
never
all.
seen it.
Yeah, all of this stuff is something he's never tasted before, and so he's just going to town. He has no interest in whatever's going on. He's not even at this point sure why he's here, but he's just enjoying the food.
Yeah.
He's like, this turned out to be
buddy.
a great fucking dinner date. Like,
We did not. Well, we didn't bring him for his conversation, so.
well, you didn't bring Pearl for her conversation either.
And says, "Why don't I start the conversation with a joke
Interesting.
to break the tension that I clearly see as you're eating? The other day, I was reading a book in my library. It was about an immortal dog. It was impossible to put down.
It's a really good joke.
And he cheers to you.
And we're just like,
I don't get it.
like this is awkward.
Possible
Have you-
to put down.
Have
Yes,
you ever
no,
had
I
a-
get it.
Have you ever had a dog? Do you know what a dog is? Do they have dogs here? We have dogs here.
Yes.
I'm not from here. You probably know that. That was a good joke. Oh.
Explain it to me.
What do you- So if you have to kill a dog, it's called putting it down. I know this is going to bum you out a lot.
Yeah.
So it's immortal, so you can't kill it.
You can't put it
put
down.
it down.
Yeah, it's good. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, this is good, right?
She likes it. Yep.
Good.
Good joke.
But also a book that you really enjoy, they say, is hard to put down. There's a connection in words.
Oh.
Do you know how to read?
Yes.
Not all barbarians do. I don't know.
Yes.
Sounds
This barbarian. No,
Okay, cool. I'm just again. I'm
This
not
meal is
around
really
here.
lovely. Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoy it. My cook is extremely good at what he does. Cyrus Bellevue from
Cyrus
Kresk. Correct.
Do we know that
No, you know the Bellevue name is just a family name of the people who were there.
name? Yep.
The Kresk would make sense if he's got a mongrel folk. We know the mongrel folk live in Kresk.
I rescued him from that imbecile at the Abbey.
What are you, a cook?
Have you tasted the... You've clearly tasted the food. Do you know why?
This is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty good.
That's what we
And
have
I
in
hope
Barovia.
that your attire is not too uncomfortable.
No, it's lovely.
No,
Thank
it's-
you.
No, it fits. I can move.
I can move.
Some guys neglect the last.
Strahd laughing is great.
That's about standards.
So I'm sure you have questions. I would be more than willing to hear them.
When did you buy the castle? It's really lovely.
Not buy the castle.
What's your
Was it on sale? Oh yeah, did you get a good deal?
Like, how many square feet are we talking?
This
The first question.
this castle was built atop the ruin of an old fortress. I had artisans, wizards, architects, and workers loyal to my family build this. Why, even the architect himself, Artemis, he was awarded a crypt in the very castle.
Oh.
It's a high honor. It is named after my mother, Queen Ravenovia.
Oh. Queen Ravenloft. That's nice.
Oh, you can put Strahd out here too.
Oh, I dropped it.
Here's Cyrus Bellevue. You can just put him somewhere in there. Rodin is gone.
Forever think.
He's creepy.
Nice.
Wow, look at his cape, like, flowing in the wind.
Does he always seem to have a breeze blowing?
No, it's not
Just
an
the perfect little
ever-flapping
fan.
cape.
No, he doesn't like
Oh,
it.
and I had
Rusty
an
too.
image for what he looks like sitting here too.
Oh,
Nice.
casual and not haughty at all. Very approachable looking.
Is he like a big gem on his chest?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? It's holding a
Slightly
cloak
glowing.
together, I think.
It's a necklace.
Oh,
What
never
a
mind.
beautiful gem on your cloak.
It is the Heart of Barovia.
What does that mean?
It's just the name.
Like the heart of the ocean. It's nice.
Yeah. We all get that reference.
They call it the Cœur de la Mer.
I mean, I guess we're
You guys have any nice questions to ask?
offered
our
to
host?
answer questions, so I'm gonna get right to it. I mean, the big question is, how come no one can leave
Great
Barovia?
question.
I mean, aside from the practical how come, like obviously we know we can't leave because we're blocked. What's the purpose behind that? If I
Perhaps the phrasing is not accurate. Perhaps it's more that I will only allow certain people in, and as a symptom of this, those within are not allowed out. And why should I let them leave? They are my subjects.
Well, I mean, there are, as a lord of a area, there are certain economic benefits to trade with outside groups.
Where do you think I got these goods?
That's fair. But even, I mean, a rising tide lifts all ships. That's what I'm saying.
Have you dined much with in court, among noblemen, kings, princes?
Not
Lords.
to a great degree. No, I spent more time in church camps and things like that.
Typically, allow me to provide you a quick lesson in manners. It is best to start the evening with pleasantries before diving into serious questions.
My apologies.
So now you know.
Well, I would love the recipe for this, whatever, this cake that we're eating.
Cyrus, write the recipe down. Bring it to Pearl. Or actually, he has your name. He says your full name.
Oh.
I
that's
I
nice.
forgot to write it down. Sorry. I was going to be impressive.
Strahd has to like
Hold on a second.
bring it to you. Blah, blah, blah.
He'll do one stricken leaf from.
Freaking leave. Yeah.
Um,
The Svengoria.
So he says the whole thing to you.
Forget me.
Here, allow me to begin.
That was a question.
That was a good question. Yeah.
Ollie,
Yes.
from where do you hail?
I mean, travel all over the place.
You were born somewhere.
Actually, I don't know where I was born, actually.
Interesting.
Were you a family of travelers then?
Yes. My adopted parents, yeah. I never met my actual parents.
And why all the travel?
They're traveling performers.
And what kind of performance?
You know, it's like, I wouldn't really say it's a circus, but it's, you know, like small traveling troupe of entertainers.
Maybe circus.
Yeah, like small circus. No, like animals, but
Oh.
Any siblings?
not that I know of.
What is it you might want most in the world?
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, I don't know. I really wanted to see the world, the different places that I've never seen before.
Yes, travel is a way to grow character and fill one's life. If one has limited time. You, on the other hand, have a font of time.
That's true.
Because he's an elf.
Oh, okay. Good.
I was like, is it because he's furry?
Is it because he has weird eyes?
Is it one of his curses?
Elf.
Are you full elf though?
It is interesting to me to know that wanting to travel the world is more important to you than regaining your former features.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. I was kind of hoping like if we were ever able to leave, maybe we'd just like kind of like go away. But like, yeah, that.
From
would be
where
nice.
you received these features, it will not be easy to get rid of them. And Katniss,
Oh, good. Good.
Bill's just tapping your son.
tell me, what was your life like before finding your way to Barovia?
It was full of adventure, moving from town to town.
You were in the circus with Ollie.
No.
That would have been cute though.
Just continuing to move around.
And why?
Well, didn't come from a lot of money, so moved from town to town
to continue making different jobs and basically stealing from other people. I don't know if I would have said that, but...
Do you say that? Or do
Yeah,
you not?
sure. Already said that. I'm like, I feel like I can't lie to this guy. He's so scary.
A skulker. A person of great ingenuity, if you will. Someone who can find their way no matter where they go.
Yeah.
And how about you? What do you want most in the world?
To find my sister, who I used to travel around with. But I was on my way to go see her, and then I ended up here.
So is she missing, or do you know where she is, and you just were swept away?
She went missing.
So how were you on your way to see her if she's missing?
Fair.
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah. She told me she was going on to the next village and that she would come back. And then she never did. So I went on to that next village to go find her and then ended up here.
Well, siblings can be a real headache from time to time, can't they?
They sure can.
I should know.
Real headaches,
about it.
those siblings.
What is your sister's name?
Her name is Katerina.
Beautiful name.
Hello.
Rambo-unctious.
Yeah.
You came rather late to the party.
That is true. Although in my experience, it's better to be late to a party than early.
Too true. And I'll ask you the same question. What is it you want most in life?
Well, that's a tough one. I guess my ultimate purpose is kind of the thing driving me, is just to spread light wherever I go.
So a life well lived is your goal, then?
Sure.
No specific objective, just
Well,
a maintaining.
I would say the life well lived through the means of, and I mean quite literally, spreading light. I don't think you seem to know a lot about us, but have you heard about Branchala?
I know of the gold Branchala.
Pull out a pamphlet.
Oh,
I probably know more than you. But
That might be true. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. Put that away.
that can be done anywhere. Wherever you are, you're performing that task.
True. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I kind of just, I take it easy. I go with the flow. I didn't ask to come here, but I'm here, and that's kind of how my life has been. Yeah.
It is good that your main ambition is something that flows like water.
Sure. Yeah.
And Hildir und Rifas van Gorir of Friggin Leaf,
hello.
of the Goliath mountain clans.
Yes. You can call me Pearl. It's easier.
Poor Rutis then. What is it you want most in life?
I just want to be helpful and well loved.
Well, you and Rambo have a similar journey.
Yeah. We make a good team.
Yeah. So far, yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah. Agreed.
Wonderful. Well, perhaps I will be able to help you all in finding those objectives. We shall see. I have one last question for the Charisma Company. No need to bother Barovia here. He's clearly enjoying himself more than I can imagine. Just gobbling down wine.
I think the big theme of osmosis
This.
Is whatever is happening right now, yeah.
So tell me, why bring Periwinkle with you?
Seems like a friendly guy.
He was not traveling with you the entire time you've been in Barovia. Why him?
He was in a bad situation.
Many are.
True.
Well, it is our goal to help people, and, well, mine anyway, so we thought he would be a good companion, and, you know, it's nice to have someone my own size.
Make a deception check.
Son of a bitch.
Oh.
Two.
Plus.
1. So a 3.
Okay.
It feels like really spot on for your character.
Are you wearing the icon of Ravenkind? The symbol of Ravenkind?
Something I wouldn't ask that.
Where is it in my bag?
He knows you have.
I mean, he knows we have it. I think I would have it on under my clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another question for you. Why, might you be after the Sun Sword and the symbol of Ravenkind and working with the people who you have been working with? What is the goal?
I heard they're just like worth a lot of money. You know, very valuable objects.
So you're looking to fence them?
Maybe.
And we can't.
It's always a good thing to have.
What price were you looking for?
What did you buy this place for?
How much you
Yeah,
got?
you built it.
Yeah. What is it? What is the zestimate for it now? Should we trade the sword for your castle?
You want me to give you the castle in exchange for the Sun Sword?
I would be happy to entertain that option.
You know my mother lies in the crypt below,
I understand.
as do many of my consorts and various individuals that are very important to me. Not to mention several other reasons. No, I don't think that's
Okay.
an appropriate
Not the right.
response.
Right one. Okay. Anything else you guys?
An offer? Perhaps we will talk later about it.
Sounds good.
Sometimes we need some time to think.
He looks at
think it
you when he says that, by the way.
over. Yeah, maybe we will.
So, any other questions for me before we retire for the evening?
What?
Do you have any other family that lives here with you?
No.
What is your biggest goal in life? You asked us. And
I have
like
a very specific goal.
Which would
You can see.
be.
Make an insight check.
18.
Okay. I'll just say it out loud. You get the sense that he like slightly furrows his brow. It's like subtle though,
It's like a small.
and you can see like he just kind of squints his eyes just barely, but everyone else doesn't really notice so much. But he's clearly upset. He says,
But you don't know.
"I had a goal, and I was close to it. Not long ago." Only 7 days ago, actually.
Oh, so soon.
And now I do not know if I will ever be able to attain my one goal.
That's really unfortunate.
It's really hard.
So perhaps I will have to spend the next decade or so figuring out something else to do.
Setting new goals is hard.
What do you know?
You can make an intelligence check if you're probably you.
Yes, I am proficient. Just a straight up. Wait, that's a saving throw.
Just intelligence.
Straight intelligence. Great. 8.
Doesn't work.
8 days ago, you were in Kresk.
I picked up on that.
8 days ago or
the
7 days
bride.
ago?
Or whatever the timing makes sense that you were in Kresk at the time.
For
When we got electrocuted.
Oh, am I thinking of a different place?
no, you're thinking of Kresk, but when Arena goes into the water.
And before my mood sours any further, I would like to retire for the evening.
Okay, good night.
Feel free to continue eating and drinking as long as you'd like. Rahadin, who you just now notice is in the room already, without you realizing,
Great.
we'll show you to your guest rooms. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Thank
He
you.
stands up and turns around, his cape flowing behind him,
Sure.
and
Just like that.
Sleep tight.
he leaves. So in the room is now Cyrus Bellevue, kind of bringing food from time to time, and Rahadin, waiting for you to tell him when he can take you up to the guest rooms.
I'm going to purposely take longer than him. Like as soon as
Just to
he's
make him
every
step
time he
forward.
kind of like steps forward, I'm gonna be like, oh, just get a little bit more. Just...
Okay.
That's
Um, So I'll say for the next, let's say even 2 hours, for instance, you can use your telepathic communication skills to sort of have a group conversation without anyone knowing.
Okay.
And what we'll do is between now and next session, you guys can figure out what you want to do next.
Okay.
Oh god.
So
Okay.
just if you want to spend the next, are we on for next week?
Next week is
The 25th?
no, but I could do the 26th.
We
26th?
talked about the Tuesday, right?
So
yeah,
that's right.
the 25th is book club for me.
Okay.
Tuesday the 26th.
Okay, sounds good. So Tuesday the 26th. So between now and then, if you want to post some ideas on what you want to do, what you're going to do about getting to the chapel, what you're going to do once you're done eating, are you going to go back up to the guest rooms? What the plan is here?
To ask about Asher, but
And then,
Shoot.
got upset.
I made him mad. I'm sorry.
and so that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
I'm really
I mean, I'm fine.
upset that Strahd didn't ask about Rambo's family.
He didn't ask.
He didn't ask about
his.
pearls.
He didn't ask about pearls either. Yeah,
Sure
but
didn't.
I didn't come
didn't
up
wanna have-
with a hilarious backstory.
I was already asking you guys the same
Yeah.
question. I didn't want to have like double the same question.
Okay.
You know, it's like I
Yeah.
asked all of you the same one question.
Sure.
And then from
No,
there,
I mean
just-
that's understandable. I'm not saying that to you. Just, I just wanted to talk about.
All right,
Ted and
everybody, come
Rhonda.
back down. Let's get back into character here
Ted.
and bring Strahd
Yeah,
back.
his dad and mom, Ted and Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Oh.
Ted is a He's a day manager at the local sandwich shop. Rhonda's a medical transcriptionist.
Wow. Good hardworking people.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
just salty people. His
All right.
brother Crunk, right? Is that what I said? His brother's name.
Well, any of these people can ask you about your family.
It's true. It's true. Well, I thought we'd already established in the Discord that my brother's name was Crunk.
I think so.
I think that was the case. All right, so until next Tuesday for D&D. Otherwise, I will be streaming tomorrow night. And thank you guys for joining us on the feast at Castle Ravenloft. Hopefully, it was as tense as I was hoping.
It was.
I feel tense, so yeah.
Tense.
for sure.
All right.
Tense, 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 tense.
All right. Bye, everybody.
So bummed. Oh, I didn't
Bye.
Oh, I had to remember.